Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Been kind of missing from the channel. I haven't had a video in the past 2-3 weeks, but basically we've been out spraying a lot. We got most of our post beans sprayed, unless we got to come back with a second pass. We may have to on some later planted beans. Right now what I'm doing is spraying our first pass on 1 or 2 high management fields of generic fungicide. We got a generic quilt in here, and then we got insecticide, boron, potash, a soluble potash, and a sugar product that's performed really well. And so basically I'm going to a couple fields, doing most of the field, and then leaving test strips, going to another field, just doing a couple passes. So we got a bunch of test strips of this mix here, and just see if we're doing anything. Today's July 1st. Spencer's actually mixing up all the micros and fungicide for corn, because we're gonna have a drone come in and spray first pass corn. Let's get spraying. I did spray a bit before this. I went and sprayed the first bean field we planted, which is like March 26 beans, and those suckers were pretty much all the way canopied. I could still get the tractor through there, but boy, if you get off, you're gonna destroy those beans. What I was gonna do is I was gonna put this pass on another field of our early planted beans, but honestly, that field does not look amazing. The stand's not perfect. I had to replant 16 acres. And so I ran a debate, and I'm like, I've got another field that's a nice slope, dry field, has a great stand. It is the field I bought this spring actually, and I planted those in mid to late April. And so I'm gonna try and push that field a little bit. Those are some 2.8 beans. I would rather push the later maturity beans, but like I said, that farm's a little wet, and so I kind of just made an executive decision to go to a different field with this pass here. Seems like things have been really busy lately, just with getting everything sprayed, and then we're having American Farming 2 coming up for launch here later this summer. And I haven't even recorded any videos on the Farming Simulator, the Squad YouTube channel that I have for like 3 months. So I'm starting to get back into that, trying to catch up with that. Just a lot's going on this summer. So in this part of the county where the farm is that we're coming up to, you get into some more hilly terrain here, and it sheds water nicer. I guess you could argue a better bean area, because you want a lighter soil, something that sheds water for both bean and corns, but beans especially, I'd argue. So coming up to the farm here, and some of these beans up here are gonna be pretty well canopied in, I'm guessing. I sprayed these about 2 weeks ago, and I'm hoping I don't have to come back and spray again. We don't really have a true field entrance right here even, and we're gonna need one this fall for getting grain out of here. Technically I could bale all this, but I'm having Will, my buddy from college, come here. He's got Spencer's excavator, and he's just cleaning up the edges now. We're at least doing some work, getting some piles made, clean up the edges, and I'll probably farm this next year. We're not going after all the trees yet. We're just kind of getting an idea, cleaning up the edge. The trees are really sticking out for now, so he's making a bunch of piles here. Okay, we're gonna get spraying here. Have to hand steer the ends, and I don't really care about keeping the booms crazy low or perfect like that either. Like I said, most guys fly on with a drone or something like that, so it's not like these booms have to be crazy perfect low, so I kind of just run them high. It does look like these beans are pretty good. They're not as canopied as my other beans, for sure. I did have a sprayer issue on this end row here, so I'm curious if we got a bunch of weeds. Yeah, right up there we got a bunch of weeds coming through. I'll have to come back with the side-by-side. I remember when I was spraying this. Right there. We are going. These are some beautiful beans here, planted in great conditions. It was beans last year though on this little 20 acres. I'm trying to get to the whole farm to the same crop. Everything's working good. Probably put that right boom a little higher. Also, I do not think I'm gonna have to spray again. Everything looks smoked. I sprayed these with Liberty, which I was a little afraid spraying that late with Liberty, but everything looks smoked here, so we should be good. It should be the last spray pass with this sprayer. Not a single wet spot on this farm actually, and it's not even pattern tiled or anything like that.
Well, Grant's spraying those beans. All I'm doing is taking 7.5 gallons out of each of these totes and putting it into smaller jugs. That way our drone sprayer guy, it'll be easier to deal with these 2 jugs than come here from the totes. So the first thing here, this is just boron, and we're gonna apply this with a drone foliar. So 7.5 gallons is what we need. And then this one is sugar, humic acid, and liquid sugar cane extract. All right, we got our sugar and our boron, and then I think the guy's gonna come and spray with the drone fungicide tonight.
Okay, so now I'm in a different field. These are some of the March beans that were planted, I think like March 31st here. They're a 3.3 or a 3.4 bean, so extremely late maturity for this area. And this is kind of the best part of the farm. I'm spraying this, spraying whatever I got left, got 180 gallons left. And then we'll leave strips on the other half of the farm and we'll be able to compare this pass. That way we got a bunch of trials out here to make sure, to see if what we're doing has any return and what it could possibly be here. So, boy, the one thing that's scaring me about this farm when I look down the rows is we did not get the best kill on some of these weeds here. So now you gotta make the decision. It's July 1st. That looks like the sprayer just missed there, must have slowed down and didn't finish spraying. But now you gotta make the decision. It's July 1st. You want to come in here with enlist and take off some yield of these beans and kill what's out here. Are there enough weeds to make it worth it? So basically, just gotta figure that out too on this farm, because when I sprayed glyphosate enlist. Did not seem to do that good a job this year compared to running Liberty. The one thing I'd like to do with this farm is tile it this fall. There's already some tile. There's 2 kind of somewhat big mains that go through it. So it's nice, it can drain, this farm can drain nicely. And so that's the one thing I want to do is add a lot more tile to this farm. Heavy soil farm, just need to, probably need some more tile to it. Okay, so new day now. It is fungicide time. Today's July like 13th or something like that. We've got some of the March plant beans that are at R3 already, some 2-1 beans. So we're spraying some Delaro Complete and insecticide on this field. And then when I sampled these, tissue sampled these, the only thing that was low was zinc on micronutrients for a 90 bushel yield goal. So I should probably put a little bit of zinc in here. I'm not, we're not putting any micronutrients on this farm. Some other farms we're gonna throw some boron on that are a little deficient, but otherwise it's just fungicide going on here. This will technically be our second pass fungicide on this farm. I threw a very cheap generic first pass with a bunch of micronutrients with the sprayer early on. We've got some custom aerial applicator spraying. They've sprayed for us for the past 3 years. Do a great job, timely when they get here, get it done quick. And so they said, hey, we're ready to go. And I was like, I got beans ready to go. So they're knocking her out right now. They're running one DJI T100 on here, and I didn't get footage of it, but they actually on corn they spread some urea for us, a really late side dress pass they did like 2 weeks ago. We put about 25 pounds of nitrogen out with the drone, and then they also did a first pass fungicide on some high management stuff. So this farm had about 8-9 inches of rain in 48 hours. And if stuff didn't get drowned out, it came back, like ponded out. Otherwise, this farm looks fabulous still. I was surprised. We're all around the area that got hit with some insane rains of like 12, 13 inches of rain. And I was surprised when I drove around the next day. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse driving around. And I was surprised actually how good some fields looked after they got hammered with rain. I thought everything was gonna be ponded, all yellow, and it actually wasn't as terrible as I thought it was gonna be, with knowing that we get 12, 13 inches of rain in 48 hours. With our first pass fungicide and some micros and some sugar that I did, it's pretty cool from the air. I went and filmed with the drone like a day or two after, and some of the check strips are insane visually from the plant. We also took a tissue sample of the check strip a couple days after, and there's a bit in some boron and some nutrients, but it didn't show up as a crazy difference in the tissue sample. You can see nutrient levels increase, but it wasn't anything like wild popping dramatic or anything like that. So it'll be interesting what our checks yield, and even if that pass was had any ROI at all, or if I lost money on it. It'd be super interesting. Okay, so now we chose a hot afternoon to clean the shed, and we're gonna get everything all prepped for harvest. Basically, get a bunch of the stuff from the summer equipment taken back to the shed. We are launching American Farming 2 coming up here. We got farm progress, a lot of stuff. So leading into harvest, there's a lot of stuff going on that I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done, so that way when we get busy the next 2 months, we got a lot prepped for harvest. So getting the shed all organized and cleaned here is the plan. 8R, gonna get that washed, get the interior all cleaned, take the seed tender back to a different shed about 20-30 miles away, get some of this stuff cleaned, take the sprayer, gotta take the sprayer back, get that winterized. So a lot of little stuff we're gonna get cleaned up around the shed here, get that ready. The 8R, we may have, Bryce was saying there's potentially an issue with the front ILS. It's kind of leaking, so it kind of sits down like this, and it sometimes will have a hard time turning, and he thinks he knows what it is. So maybe we'll take it to Mark's shop for a day or so, and we're gonna check one thing that maybe Bryce thinks is wrong with his front end if we get time here in July or August. It runs fine now, it's just there's a little bit of turning issue sometimes when you're on pavement with it.
We got Grant washing 8110 sprayer. Grant's assistant cleaning the cab of the 8R, and I'm gonna pull out there's actually beans in here from the spring. There's no way we're planting anything. It's middle of July, but if we had to replant in June, we would have. So we always leave it ready to go. All right, we got the 8110 cleaned all on the outside in the sprayer. Got it waxed, windows washed, and then Grant's special assistant is gonna be cleaning the inside. That's her specialty. She already got the 8R inside clean. I got the planter cleaned out, and then now we're gonna clean the outside of the 8R and the planter. The sprayer and the planter are gonna go in long-term storage, which this shed that we're at, this is like this is our operating base. Right now we have a lot of stuff right here. Stuff we're using, we don't have enough room for all of it. Fills it up pretty quick. And it's nice to keep it under a roof, so.
Okay, so we got everything cleaned up in here. We got the 8R all cleaned up. My fiance got the cab all spiffy clean inside. She's kind of a clean freak, so it worked good. 8110 sprayer's all clean, and the cabs are perfect. They were dirty, and she got them like super clean in here. I don't know if the GoPro will pick it up, but besides for that little stain there, cab is clean. The 8110 always cleans up super nice. And the 8R, super clean. So, perfect. Also, I do want to let you guys know, we will be at the Farm Progress Show. Squad Built will have a booth there at the Case IH booth. We'll have a small booth inside the Case IH booth. Case IH was our first brand to partner with us, and so we're doing a booth with them. We'll have American Farming 2 on tablets, and then I will be there. I and Spencer will be there at 10 a.m. Every day. So it'd be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Farm Progress Show in Boone. We'll be at the Case IH booth for a meet and greet for like 1 hour between 10 and 11 a.m. If you guys want to show up. Got American Farming 2. Might have some American Farming 2 free t-shirts all just hanging away. We'll see. Anyways, guys, look forward to seeing you there. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.